Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Range podcast with Warhog Tactical and Kelly Defense. I am Mark Kelly, and joined as always is my co-host and friend, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great. What a great day it was today. Able to get out to the range for a little live fire training. Good workout in this morning. Spent some time with Mama. I mean, dude, what more could you ask for, right? Just a great day. Really, but I want to thank you, the viewer, listener out there, for giving us your most precious commodity, your time to tune in. Listen to us. Definitely got a great show today that is going to hopefully impact every single American out there. Guys, do us a favor. You're out there, listen to the show. Since you're on the internet anyway, swing by warhog.com, kellydefense.com, and ontherangepodcast.com. And then wherever you're listening to this podcast at, do us a huge favor. Leave us a rating, review, thumbs up emojis, something, just to help us beat that algorithm. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that notification button, because big things are coming here at On the Range Podcast. So we're going to start trying to do some more lives. We're trying to figure it out. So, guys, if you got some suggestions on what do you think the best live time is, drop it in the comments below. We want to kind of cater it. Hey, we're on the East Coast. Again, we've got some time zone differences we're dealing with, but hey, what's going to be the best to hit the most people? But don't worry, just because we do a live doesn't mean it's gone forever, right? It'll be archived out there in the interwebs, whether it's the YouTubes, X, wherever it'll be at, right? So you guys can still consume On the Range podcast. If everything else fails, you don't know what platform to listen to, you're tired of freaking Apple, Spotify, whatever, On the Range podcast, man. Click that episode link there, and you can hear them all day long. So, yeah, buddy.
Wherever you are, everyone, thank you for making us part of your day. Like Rick said, make sure you go to ontherangepodcast.com and you can click on the sponsor of today's show, the Firearms Training Notebook by Warhog Tactical and Kelly Defense. 1% better every day. It will definitely level up your training experience by collecting that data and follow your progression. It's the only way to do it is have the Firearms Training Notebook. It's a revolutionary idea, and it's out there. All you got to do is go to ontherangepodcast.com and click the button. Take you right to Amazon. You can ship it to your house.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're really excited about today's show. And you brought it up earlier in pre-production during the bonus content for the crew members, where you can see our crew members' hats. We're really proud of these. But what's going on with the president, man? He is fast and furious. He hasn't even been there for 2 weeks, and things are just rolling. Things are coming out. And the big topic for the last couple of days, actually last 3 days, has been the situation with the commerce, international trade, and things like that. Because the bottom line is we start to see these numbers roll out, especially on X. They do a real good job of these internet folks out there with these content creators pushing out all these numbers. And to be fair, the president, 47, they've got a real good social media thing going where they're responding to allegations from the media, as well as putting out the documents that they're signing and all this stuff. So you can read it all. And the bar graphs for all these numbers, the amount of waste, the amount of money that we're giving folks. We heard today that Ukraine lost $110 billion somewhere. So when we heard that some of these countries, our neighboring countries, were being subsidized, Trump was all over that. He was promised that, and then we were going to start being treated fairly and everybody needs to pay their fair share, because we're paying more than our fair share and protecting most of these folks. So the tariff issue came up again. Colombia, they basically said, okay, yeah, we'll take the Venezuela folks. That was a deal that Trump brokered because he was going to put in place some tariffs. Now he asked the southern border country, Mexico, the northern border country, Canada, hey, you got to help us secure this border. That's all we're asking. You got to help us. They haven't done anything. In fact, we got gang wars up there in the south, and we have border patrols being shot and killed up in the north, and people are coming over. As a matter of fact, most of the folks that they're catching now who are criminally being arrested as illegal aliens, they're coming from the Canadian border. So he inflicted he put into place the tariffs. So I wanted to get your thought on that before we read what he put out. But go ahead, Rick.
Here's the thing. Everyone thinks that these tariffs are something new. We were doing tariffs long before this administration, long before any of us was alive. And really, if you look at it, um, if you know your history, you all should be up in arms over the 16th Amendment, which is the federal income tax, right? Which gets slid on us, the American people, in 1913. Why? Because we got soft and started getting away from tariffs. So
Right.
before, the tariffs were what was funding the United States of America. So it's not a new concept, right? It's been proven to work. And Trump, I can remember Trump 80s, 90s, early 2000s prior to him becoming elected. One of his major things is, dude, we're getting shortchanged.
Yeah.
That's always been, he's been very savvy on the global economic system. And he's been saying China has been shafting us left and right. And it's time that, everyone else is wanting to charge us tariffs for our stuff. Hey, dude, we're going to equal the playing field. And if he can get this tariff system in place, and you're telling me that we could repeal the 16th, you're telling me every single American wouldn't be just doing cheetah flips. Because here's the thing, man. I know personally, as a small business owner, I hate when that time comes around and I've got to write that check to the federal government. Why? Because it's a waste. Because where's that money going? What would you say? 110 million to Ukraine, right? They had some crazy in one of their bills, right? Listen to this, Mark. They had $50 million going for condoms to go to Gaza, right?
Mm.
50 million. Okay. Money's earmarked. Where's the PO? Right? Like, it's simple business. There's more skimming, stealing, finagling with half of this crap that goes on. You want to know where that 110 million missing dollars from, Ukraine is at? In somebody's pocket.
Yeah.
Somebody or somebody's scooped that up, right? That's our money that we had to pay. So if he can get the tariffs going, and again, the tariffs are a great tool. Look what Colombia did, right? People go, for all these Dems out there that want to hoop and holler, tariffs, they're terrible. Dude, it went from turn your US planes around to, we're flying the presidential plane to repatriate our citizens.
Right.
Within an hour,
Yep.
right? They have great impactful power. So it's no different. Hey, man, you want fentanyl to still come across? No problem. We're going to smoke you with the tariff. Hey, China, you want to supply the precursors? We got something for you. Because at the end of the day, all these countries need us. They need us. If we were to sit there and pull the plug on China and go, hey, dude, you're not importing another thing, that country's done.
Yeah.
And they're in the hole. Now I got it. The American people are going to complain because prices of things are going to go up, right? But what would you rather have? Rather have your safety and security? Or would you rather sit there and pay lower prices? Because
Right.
here's the bottom line. The cartels in tied with China, because they're the ones supplying the precursors for all this fentanyl. Let this sink in, America. Fentanyl has killed more Americans than any terrorists have. Any terrorist organizations combined, right? Let that sink in. But we don't seem to bat an eye. We don't seem to be in an uproar. Where's the American people demanding execute them tariffs to keep us safe? What a novel concept.
Yeah.
So I think part of it's just ignorance, buddy.
Yeah. Totally. And that's not, a slight to anybody. It's just that they
No.
don't understand how much of leverage we have in this particular topic. We just do as Americans. The amount of stuff that we sell and ship out of here is crazy.
Mhm.
Like just automobiles alone. If they're paying that much money on those automobiles in Mexico, they're not going to have any cars. That's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah.
And then now already some of the folks since the rebuttal from Trudeau, we'll talk about that. They're just going to move their food companies to the United States.
Mhm.
So now that's tax dollars for us directly, not through
Yeah.
tariff. So let's just go ahead and read this. So what happened? This happened on the 1st. So Donald Trump, this is from his X account, the real Donald Trump on the X platform. I always want to call Twitter, but it's X. Today, I have implemented a 25% tariff on imports from Mexico and Canada, 10% on Canada for energy. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And 10% additional tariff to China. So they're not getting a lesser tariff. We have never let those tariffs go. So we're just adding an additional 10%.
Mm-hmm.
This was done through the International Emergency Economy or Economic Powers Act because of the major threat of illegal aliens and deadly drugs killing our citizens, including fentanyl. So that's what this reason was. He asked them to shore up the border. Matter
Yep.
of fact, he probably asked them that back in October or November or whatever it was
Mm-hmm.
in Mar-a-Lago, and they
Yeah.
didn't do it.
Nope.
They didn't do it. And they're not doing anything in Mexico. So, of course, there is a chance that some of this stuff may go up. But here's the problem with that, Rick. You and I both know that the gross GDP, the gross domestic product for the United States is like $29 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
Canada's is 2.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even be number 5 in a state in the United States. Not only that, individual households in Canada, their tax rate is like 49%.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, their energy stuff that Trudeau has been messing with and putting all those regulations they're not making enough money to shut off the energy to us.
No.
Trump knows that.
Yeah.
So, the amount of, so let's say our $29 trillion coming in gross of our gross domestic product is a product that we're from international monies. It's only like 15% of it, and the rest of it is all domestic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that big of a threat. The Canadians cannot afford to not trade with us. It just can't happen.
No, because if you look at a trade map, it's kind of crazy. Obviously, the northern part of the country, major trades, as far as Canada goes. Obviously, the southern side, you got your trades with Mexico, and then out on your west coast, you got your China stuff going on. The thing is, Americans need to think of Americans first. How do we make our country better? How do we make our country safer? How do we make our country more prosperous? So if we can implement tariffs against these people, have them pay their fair share, wouldn't it be great to repeal the 16th Amendment, the federal income tax, where we as Americans no longer have to pay a federal income tax? So think about it. Think about all the rights that Constitution gives us, right? Everything past the 10th is an addition.
Mm-hmm.
Some good, some bad. We tried to ban alcohol, didn't work, had to repeal that one. But these slick dogs slid in the 16th, and probably most people don't even know what the 16th Amendment is. How about we get that thing repealed? How about we sit there? Wouldn't it be great to sit there and go, nope, Congress can no longer collect taxes on our income? How about that? Dude, I know personally, for me as a small business owner, I would be doing cheetah flips. That would be absolutely huge. So, before people get on their soapbox and start hooping and hollering and going, we've got a madman in the White House or whatever other crazy stuff they want to spout, know your history. Do a little bit of digging. And I guarantee the majority of Americans, if you go, hey, what does the 16th Amendment say? They'll have no clue.
No.
It's no right to you. It's a right to the federal government to take your money.
Exactly.
That just, how did that one sneak in?
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be up in arms and get that thing changed.
Yeah.
Although the
within
Dems look like, huh?
Within 50 years, they were just taken directly out of your income.
Yeah.
You didn't have to send it in anymore.
I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but the leverage that we have, everybody's freaking out now. They're afraid that prices are going up. They might, but the fact of the matter is the amount of money that we make comparatively, or that we import from Canada comparatively, is nothing. We are 20% of their total income in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
We are 20%, and probably a little bit more, I would say.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're under 10%, so we're probably like 5 or 6% that we actually get from Canada, we are far better spot to absorb any tariff that they can put on. And they can't, if they put another tariff on, if they try to stack it on, like Donald Trump said, if you don't do it, it's going to be 50. If you don't start doing what we say, you're going to do 50.
Yeah.
That will 100% bankrupt Canada. 100%.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I think Canada and Mexico, Mexico's even worse. I think we're like 50 or 60, maybe even 80% of their freaking total income is linked to trade with the United States. They have no leverage in this.
Well, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of, if you look at Western Union, right? It'd be something interesting to look at. Look at Western Union and the money transfers from the US to Mexico.
Oh God.
Right? So all the illegals that's out there working, zipping their money back. Right? So it's just, to me, and then here's the other thing. We've so far shifted our focus. You've got, I heard this one guy, runs a roofing company. He's all pissy because ICE is scooping up all his illegals. I'm like, dude, you're harboring illegals?
Yeah, why are you hiring them?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you hire an American? Oh, because you have to pay him more? Right? Like our whole American pride is gone. And I got it. You're in business to make money. However, at the end of the day, you sitting there hiring the illegals, dude, what part are wrong? I mean, there's some principles, man.
Yeah.
There's some principles.
Yeah, totally agree with it. So let's bring up the response from Canada, from quite possibly. And here's another thing too. Trudeau said that he's going to resign. And he's not coming back. And then he starts to do this. I mean, I cannot believe that there's no one around him that says, bro, we are in no position to do this. Absolutely zero position. And he went and did it again. Let's hear what his response was.
The United States informed us they will be imposing 25% tariffs on Canadian exports to the United States and 10% on Canadian energy. A decision that, should they elect to proceed with, should take effect on Tuesday, February 4th. Cette décision met en péril une relation.
Yeah, we'll skip the Frenchy part.
Has made us friends. Economics has made us partners, and necessity has made us allies. That rang true for many decades prior to President Kennedy's time in office, and in the decades since. From the beaches of Normandy to the mountains of the Korean Peninsula, from the fields of Flanders to the streets of Canada.
Look at this cat with his hands in his pockets back here.
Fought and died alongside you.
None of them look happy.
During your darkest hours, during the Iranian hostage crisis, those 444 days we worked around the clock from our embassy to get your innocent compatriots home. During the summer of 2005, when Hurricane Katrina ravaged your great city of New Orleans, or mere weeks ago, when we sent water bombers to tackle the wildfires in California. During the day the world stood still, September 11th, 2000.
Okay. I don't want anybody to fall for this. I'm not saying that what he's saying isn't necessarily true. But what I can tell you, we have been protecting this entire continent single-handedly since everybody won their independence. Let's face it. So, okay, yeah, we want you guys to be successful, Canada and Mexico. We want you to be prosperous because that benefits everybody. But the only reason why we're protecting everything is because they can't do it and don't have the means to do it. But why in the world do we have to foot the bill for everything? Why?
Well, think about it. It was no different. Last time Trump was in, he basically went to NATO, put up or shut up, right? Pay your fair share. And And in essence, I don't think it's a far reach. What he's asking, secure the border, right? Do your job.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that? Clean up your own house. And that's all it is. And I got it. Look at those people behind Trudeau. Not a one looks happy.
No.
I don't know. I mean, dude, the people I know that live in Canada, it's hard living. It's hard living because the government taxes them so bad. Now they'll sit there and go, "Oh, you get free healthcare at a cost," right? So if I'm not unhealthy, why am I paying for everybody else?
Oh yeah.
So this whole thing, and I got it. Hey, the relationships, the things that we have done collectively as countries in the past, sure, you can kick all that stuff up, but it's one simple ask. Hey, dude, help us lock this thing down. How hard is that? And I think that's the part they forget. They want to go straight. Oh, he wants to charge tariffs. Well, yeah, it's trying to get you. That's the only way, right? So you sock people in the pocketbook. That's what's going to sit there and get them going. Oh, hey man, I don't want any more of that. No,
Yeah.
you don't. So I don't blame him for what he's doing. I don't say anything against what he's doing. He had great effects down in Colombia, right? An hour changed the tide. And I'm sure the Canadians will sit there and tell Trudeau, hey, dude, throttle back. But Trudeau's just like Biden. He's a puppet figurehead up there. He's got no muscle. He's got no leadership. I mean, he's turned that country upside down.
Yeah.
So,
well, I know that, some of our Canadian friends were booing at the hockey game when they were playing the national anthem. Let me tell you something. I can understand you're a little piffed. I get it.
Mhm.
Hey, that's fine. Don't be jackasses. The bottom line is you have no position to ask for any more. We subsidize your country.
Mhm.
We're just asking for one thing and you won't give it to us. And now you're pissed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a reason why they have weight classes in boxing.
Mhm.
Stay in your weight class because you have absolutely zero leverage here. Zero.
Mhm.
And they know it. Those folks in the back of that room that were standing behind Trudeau, they know that.
Look at them, dude. They're like, I got to be here. They don't want to be there. My
Yep.
man's got his hands in his pocket.
Mhm.
Oh,
And not
it's
only
like,
are they going to come to the table and bend the knee, they have no choice. And Trump's going to say that they came to the table and bent the knee. They could have. Trudeau is not smart enough to say, yeah, you're right. How about this? Make an offer. As long as it's going to be better
dude,
for Canada, but not really sticking it to us, he would have made a deal.
oh, 100%.
100%.
Trump, if you know nothing about Trump, he's a businessman.
Yep.
He is a businessman. You sit there and go, boom. Okay, cool. I guarantee if Trudeau had said, you know what? Yeah, we've been slacking on locking the border up. Hey, man, here's the deal. Funding issues, size issues, something. Hey, can we meet in the middle? Can we figure something out?
Yeah.
Boom. Because when you look at the U.S.-Canadian border, it's a 20-foot wide, clear-cut section. That's all it is. There's no fence. There's no wall. There's just a clear-cut section that goes on this wooded side, Canada. On this wooden side, U.S., right?
Mhm.
It's a huge border. And I think if Trudeau had just, I won't say even ate some crow, just was a diplomat businessman
Exactly.
going, hey,
We never would have heard about this.
no. Hey, he would have sat there and, hey, President Trump, check it out. I think it's like 3,000 miles or something crazy. Dude, that would take every single Royal Mounted policeman sitting however far apart 24/7. We ain't got the bodies.
Dude, they
Right?
could have made a deal about buying crude. Hey, your energy's in a little crunch. How about we sell you some product? Here's the dollar amount, so many billions, and we'll give it to you at cost. So it's cheaper to buy it probably than it is to drill it and move it. You
Yeah.
can sell the other stuff you're pumping. They could have come up with something.
Something.
But yeah, and you're right about the border, dude. I've been kayaking in upstate New York and saw
Mhm.
it's called the International Bridge or whatever it's called, or the
Mhm.
Fellowship Bridge, whatever. dude, you paddle a half a mile, you're there.
Yeah.
You're there. There's nothing.
No.
I didn't see one freaking patrol boat. I didn't see nothing.
Nope.
No signs.
No. It's just kind of known.
Yep.
That clear-cut section.
Yep.
That's the border.
Mhm.
So it boils down to basic. These countries are trying to flex their muscle. It's like you're flexing the wrong way.
Yep.
Sit there, propose something. Hey, can you help us? We'll take 1,500 miles. Can you take 1,500 miles? Something to work a negotiation. But man, and Trudeau's not the dude, right? Like he's
not the guy.
Powerhouse to be demanding anything to Trump and then try to play the guilt card. Really?
Yeah.
Trump's going to be, forget about it, dude.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure everybody heard that because that was BS, dude. Hey, okay, I get it. But still, does that mean you can stick it to us?
Yeah. Oh, we helped you out? Okay. I mean, it shows the relationship between the two countries, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Right? But
absolutely.
But
love Canada, but damn.
Dude, at the end of the day, you got to sit there and still be a statesman and still figure out, hey, how can we navigate this?
Yeah.
And nope, he's going to be Johnny Tough Guy. Man, ain't going to work, bud.
No. Again, dude, we're over 20% of their total gross domestic product. Just us.
Yeah.
And they bring us maybe 5.
Yeah.
So they are absolutely in zero position to negotiate. But let me show you. This is what we're talking about, what Trump's going to do. And you can tell right away what his attitude is about all this because he's not happy.
No.
I'm sure he offered him something and Trudeau just ignored him like a 5-year-old and at the expense of his own people.
President, is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, nothing. Not right now, no.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all 3 of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl.
President,
it's over. It's not happening.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to fold and come to the table and with their hat in their hand because you can tell with the way he's looking that this is going to happen and he's not going to feel one thing about it.
Nope.
Because this is what's good for the country because we are paying them we're subsidizing them way too much money. And then he's going to give us a tariff when all we're trying to do is to level up the deficit.
Well, that and we're trying to protect Americans, right?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not a crazy request.
No. And that's the job. See, this is what people forget. The job of the federal government is to give you that protection. They have the means to do that.
Yeah.
That's all they're asking, right? You've got China providing all the precursors.
Yep.
Hey, man, stop it. Of course China's not, right? Because China wants to sit there and poison us. They're going to zip it to the cartels. Cartels are going to run it over. What's Mexico doing? Mexico can barely keep their own head afloat, right? They're outgunned when it comes to the cartels.
Yeah.
Then you got the cartels, starting to get, it's one thing for the cartels to target the Mexican government officials. Man, when you start ripping stuff across the border,
yeah, it's going to be a problem for them.
Man, I don't know if you want to poke that bear.
No.
Right? That would not be a bear I would want to poke.
Nope.
Because you want to bear the brunt of the United States government. Because here's the bottom line, right? You already got the Texas Guard working down there. You got the Texas Guard basically mobilized and deputized. They've got, in essence, arrest authorities for illegals. Okay. Now, is it far-fetched? Have a couple A-10s on standby? Hey, dude, we just took fire across the border. No problem.
Yeah.
Problem solved. Right?
Well, now you got the Marines down there.
Dude. All you got to, or here's even one better. Cool. You want to shoot some machine guns at us? We're going to start lobbing some 60 millimeter mortars over there.
Mhm.
It's only fair. Self-defense. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't poke the bear. And you're going to cause bigger problems. And I think the beauty is I don't see the Mexican government stepping up to the plate to do anything. I think that ship has sailed. I don't know. I don't think they've got the power to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
Because them cartels, man, they are very well funded
Mhm.
and they're very well equipped.
Yep.
So
let's go ahead and show this other video. This is someone who's in the know, and I think it was pretty good. I haven't watched the whole thing, but let's go ahead and watch and see what he has to say.
Donald Trump's tariffs are going to turn Canada into a third world country. Without exaggeration, we will soon be better known as Snow Mexico. So first, what is a tariff? A tariff is an import or export tax, meaning anything that goes into America being sold to an American company or individual will have a 25% federal tax added to it to be paid by the person who is buying the product. Now, again, this doesn't mean Canadians will have to pay 25% more, but what it does is it prices us out of the international market when it comes to America. Americans will just no longer buy anything from Canada. To put it into perspective as to how big of a deal this is, roughly 60% of our international trade is with America, and that accounts for 40% of our overall GDP. So our trade with America
Even more
is
than I thought it was. What was I saying? 20%?
Yeah.
40% of their
40%.
GDP.
almost half of our entire economic productivity, which is about to just be wiped off of our spreadsheet. And again, to really hammer in how serious this is, Doug Ford has said that his team has already advised him that he can expect unemployment numbers to go up by 500 to 600,000. Ontario's current unemployment is 600,000, meaning
double.
our unemployment is expected to
Wow.
double in the.
That's what we were talking about, Rick.
Yeah.
It goes to show you how incompetent, or how he doesn't care, Trudeau, about putting his citizens in this position.
Yeah. Yeah.
They start picking up those plants and just flat out moving, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
They don't produce anything else.
Dude, it could have all been avoided.
Yep.
Right? It could have all been avoided. However, it boils down to that stubbornness and I think that arrogance, where just conducting like Trump's negotiable. You can have a conversation, right? He's going to put some demands on there. Hey, these are non-negotiables. Got it. But if you sit there and go, hey, dude, we don't have the manpower. Hey, we don't have this. Hey, can you help? Right? Okay. Are you putting the foot forward? Okay. But man, going, nope. And there you have a Canadian citizen going, dude, it is like he realizes it's going to wreck them.
Yep.
So
yeah, so I don't want people to believe some of this reporting either, where Canadians are upset. They need to. They're telling Mr. Trump just to knock it off. What do you mean knock it off? You mean, you want me to stop trying to make a better deal for my country while we're paying for yours, and you won't do us any solid by helping us secure the border?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. They have absolutely no leverage on this issue when it comes to economics. Trudeau has totally destroyed. Now, hey, I'm not saying anything great about this last administration either. They put us in a spot where, this stuff's all going to have to end. And I'm sorry, some of this pork is not going to get funded anymore. I'm sorry, you federal workers have to go to work, but not sorry. But those things are over.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, this is the key part, Mark, right? Everyone can sit there and say what they want about Trump. What's his number one concern? America.
America.
That's it. Everything he's doing, all of his nominees, everything else is to make this country absolutely the top dog in the world. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Right? Who wants to sit there and be a third world slum country? If you do, there's plenty of it. Go grab you a plane ticket and see ya.
Yeah.
So
If America is getting better and better than it was before Trump got replaced by Biden, that benefits everybody.
dude, 100%. I mean, think of how good we had it.
Yep.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
I
And we're gonna have it
never.
again.
What's that?
And we're gonna have it again.
Oh, we'll have it
Yep.
again,
Yep.
right? But here's what I'm excited to see. Versus me going to the grocery store, going, oh, that went up again. I want to go, whoa, hey man, I paid $8 for that last week. Now it's $6. Whew. Win for this guy, right? I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But we're in this debacle because you had incompetence.
Yeah.
And when you have incompetent leadership, look at what you get. And you can't sit there and lie to the American people, say, hey, it's all sunshine and rainbows. And in reality, it's like, dude, what are you smoking? Trump's going, hey, man, we got some issues. We're
Yep.
fixing them.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Yeah.
fixing them. And he's going to continue to fix them.
Yeah.
And he's going to continue to do the things that's in the best interest of this country. You may not agree with how he does it. At the end of the day, it's about results. And I 100% believe we're already seeing the results.
I agree.
We're already seeing the impact that this president is having on this country. So if you're going to sit there and complain or whatever else you're going to say, don't pull an AOC and go, oh, coffee beans.
Mhm.
Trust me, you can get stuff other places, right? And that's exactly what my man was saying, right? So if you didn't quite catch that there, viewers, listeners, he's basically saying what's going to happen with the tariff is it will force companies to buy non-Canadian goods. No different with Mexico, no different with China, because their prices are going to be too high because they can't sustain that 25%, nor are they going to eat that 25%.
Right.
They can't do it. Right. So now it's going to be, hey, man, maybe it's German products, maybe it's French products, maybe it's whoever. Right. I don't care. But at the end of the day, that's what this tariffs are doing. And it brings people to the table. Hey,
Yeah.
man,
And what makes it such a big deal is we're damn near, like this gentleman says, half of their economy.
Yeah.
The stuff that we buy, and we just
Dude.
we won't buy Canadian stuff anymore.
That's us pretty much across the board.
Yep.
You look
It's
at
even
China.
worse for Mexico.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
But all of them.
Yeah.
If we sit there and go, hey, man, we're not buying your stuff, done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I brother, I'm for it.
Yeah.
Bring him to the table and go, yeah, you've been screwing us. Hey, man, not a problem. Here you go.
We're just going to level up. Yeah. And another thing too is, you're going to be willing. Oh, you mean you want me to pay 25 more cents for a dozen of eggs, but I'm going to have safer streets, closed borders. Young people between 18 and 45 aren't going to be getting or dying from fentanyl, and we're not getting screwed. And the money's going, from other countries, and the money's going to where it needs to go, so that these things are tip top, military and all that stuff, and FAA. Yeah. I'm down, because we know that it's all going to start coming down. It's all going to come down. Give us 18 months. You won't even recognize the prices at the grocery store.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing, Mark, right? And I'm going to say this, and I might offend some people. And if I offend you, stick them in the comment section, right? I look for that made in the USA.
Mhm.
If I've got my druthers, I look for it. It's no different like with the Antarctica loop leash, right? I could have made that overseas for a lot cheaper to make a bigger profit margin for me. No way, dude. made right here in the great state of North Carolina. Why? Because I wanted to put that flag on there to have pride to go made in the USA. Why wouldn't you? So why wouldn't you, my fellow Americans, sit there and go, hey, man, take some pride? It's no different whatever country you live in, right? I know we got people that live over in Europe and stuff like that. I know you got, UK, French, German, Belgian manufacturers. Did you buy their stuff? You should, right? You should support who you're buying from. But at the end of the day, there's some things, I get it, that the U.S. isn't producing. You got to buy them from other things. Okay. Right. But whenever possible, buy American. It's the American thing to do. Very American-esque. Because here at On the Range podcast, we talk all things America.
That's right. Yeah. And, for those, I know not every Canadian feels this way and we're booing, most of them, it's probably only about half of them at the one arena for the hockey game. Classless. I think it's a bunch of BS, and I'm sorry to see you do it because I thought a lot better of some of you folks.
Mhm.
But the ones, most of them, love America and we love Canada. But
Yeah.
at the same time, economically, we've talked about how bad Trudeau is for Canada, and we felt bad for you folks up there. And we hope it gets better. I know he says he's going to resign, but then he's doing this because this is going to be bad. And
Yeah.
like I said, he's not helping you. We
No.
are not. President Trump is not going to back down from this. He's in the right as he feels, and I know he is.
Mhm.
But you can see in his eyes, this is happening. This
Yeah.
is happening. So
Yeah.
hopefully he'll come to the table, and Trudeau will. I have zero faith in that man. Zero.
Oh,
Zero.
here's the thing. Trudeau's already shown his cards numerous
he's
times
terrible.
to both the Canadian and the American people, right? He's a menace to Canada. And the quicker you guys can get him out, the better off your country will be.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that whole piece about him, dude, what do I gotta say? Thank you. Do we expect a thank you from you guys every time we freaking protected your borders? We have submarines up in the Arctic. Really? I mean, whatever, man. You're welcome. How about that?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, Canada.
God.
That's all you got. That's all you're gonna get out of me.
And I know it's not the people. I know
No.
they're in a tough spot.
No,
It's
dude.
him, but God dang,
they're-
man.
Their government, dude. So I got a lot of good friends who are Canadians, right? And their government has been shafting them
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
And you hate to see it. But you know what? They don't let it get them down.
Oh no.
They deal with what they got.
Tough, man.
Dude,
He's been there like 9 years, hasn't he?
I don't know how long he's been there.
God.
Put it this way. He's been there 9 days too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
for
he
sure.
doesn't get the message.
No.
You got the farmers freaking dumping all their crap trying to go, hey, dude, quit screwing us.
Yeah.
He don't listen.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the markup and all the stuff that they're charging him and treating him. And you're talking about the farmers, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I mean, Trudeau's been a menace to that country.
Yeah.
So, for him to kind of get there on the podium and say that, and then poor schmuckles in the background going, I don't want to be here. Right. Like you could say, like nobody was like, firm face. It was like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the bottom line is this: Trump's going to continue doing what he's going to do
Mhm.
to make this country great.
Oh yeah.
No different than we do here at On the Range podcast to make you or to help you become 1% better every single day.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't joined the OTR crew, super easy. Swing by ontheRangePodcast.com, pick yourself up some cool swag, join the crew. It's free. And we do bi-monthly Zoom calls. Man, get that face-to-face in there. Ask those questions when we do the lives. Trust me, we'll answer your questions.
Oh yeah.
And then with the group in there, dude, there's a way to chat with like-minded people, way to chat with us. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, to get communications to help you be that 1% better every single day.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We got a range day, a crew member range day coming up this year.
Well, hold on. We're still waiting, right? Because crew members, we put a little burden on you. I can pick the date, but I don't want no boo-hoos, right? So
right.
crew members, we were like, hey guys, you talk collectively and pick us a date. I don't care what the date is, right? pick us some dates. We want to do another NC Range Day because, dude, we had a blast.
God, that was fun.
You want to talk about a great day?
Yep.
Man, between the barbecue going, rounds going down range, just
Smack talking.
dude, it was just
So
a
much
great
fun.
time.
Yeah.
Right. So let's burdens on you guys, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you go and join the crew for the free trial of the all access package, you can join the crew member group video call that's coming up tomorrow on February 3rd. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Make sure you check out that swag. All right, Rick, great show, buddy.
You know it, pal.
Yeah, we'll have some lives this week, and we'll put out a notification. So go to the website and sign up for the email list, or just check it out on our socials, and you'll get the notifications. So
yeah, make sure you're
Sounds good,
still
buddy.
following us on the socials because IG likes to sit there and unfollow people. So
Yeah.
still, probably the best bet is swinging over to X, follow us
Mhm.
there. But really, the best overall, if you truly want to stay connected with On the Range Podcast, is really go to ontherangepodcast.com, become part of the crew. That you will 100% be connected. All the other
Yep.
ones, there's subsidies. Hopefully, you get in the message. Hopefully, you see it. But there, you definitely will.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
All right, buddy. You want to go ahead and close it out, pal?
You want me to, or are you going to?
You go ahead.
All right, guys. As always, you know the deal. You guys train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.
For sure.